This is our Hurricane Class A. I think we got some problems right here around this skylight. Boy, is this a filthy roof. We got to tear this apart. Amongst tearing this apart and redoing this, we've got a series of delamination there. And this is just a marker for this. And here's delam down there. And then there's some more going all the way around. So there's quite a bit of delam, especially underneath the windows in the front for the drivers and passengers window. So what we do now is we take her apart. Take it all apart and then assess what we got. The awning is filthy as well. A couple of rips in there. So doesn't sound too bad, but I've done that before. Tapped on there, and I've opened them up, and I more problems. Got that bell cap there to come off of there, and that's about it. So I don't think we'll be putting antennas on this at all. I think you said to omit both of them. So we'll just put tags up there and prep it in case someone wants to put something back up there. And that's about it. When I say prep it, I mean there's probably going to be a plate up underneath there so something can get mounted, but we usually put them in boots. So I'd hate to see someone start putting stuff to our roof system, just screwing it down. That's not good. It just doesn't work that way. Well, let's get to work on this too. This is a hurricane. We are ripping up the roof. Most of it already off. And we had a big old tree come through here. Kaboom. So that went all the way through into the coach. I don't know if you can see that or not. Going right into through the ceiling. So we're going to show you that here. But now we got to take this whole piece up. We got to take this whole section up and out, and then put a new ceiling piece in there. That's what we're working on right now. Alright, so we're going to show you the ceiling. You can see all the pads that we have here. So we do want to protect everything. There's a hole. So, which means we got to take this panel out. It's right all the way over to there. That whole panel. And we're going to take it all the way out. We have to take remove the whole thing. So that's what all that noise is. We will pull it right out of there, put a new skin on it, drop her back in. Easier said than done, but that's the plan. Alright, so we got the ceiling panel out of this big hurricane right here. When we took it out, it was not cooperative. It was just inevitable, all this mess. So now we have to reconstruct it, and that's what we did. So we reconstructed the whole thing. And we've got our duct lines in here as well. That's what we did. So that's what we're working on, just getting everything all set, all these pieces, and then we're going to glue it all together. We got one main piece here, but by the time we glue it, skin it on the top, and then there's the AC duct line. Although we don't think that it was actually working even though that's an AC, the control panel only shows a ceiling, and they're blocked off. So we're going to open them up. And then we're going to make sure the air blows down like it should, but also maybe some of it will come here, because right about in this area, there's two outlets. But that's all there's one more AC up front. That would be pushing all that air all the way back there. So we're going to see if this can help it out. Worst case scenario, if they don't like it, if they think it's not performing the way it should, we just put some tape on that, right? It's pretty much that easy. It wouldn't be a big deal. Just go from underneath on the ceiling side, pop it down, and block it off, and then it would still be shooting down. But I think it would really help. So some of the other things that we notice is why we do not staple things down. This hole right there is for the electrical that serves this AC. That's a problem right there if you were to put a staple through it. And there's another couple of wires that come through these troughs. You don't want to be putting screws and staples in there like they do at these other service centers. It's going to probably bite you in the ass. So Then once we get all this together, we're going to try and get a liner in here a little bit, so when the air conditioner is going, that it doesn't create any condensation. So that's what we're working on. Alright, we got our panel in our Hurricane right here. So now we're just filling in this gap here where we had to cut some of the foam to release it. And then we're going to get this a little more condensation proof, this track here for the AC like we were talking about. But she's in, and then I'm going to redeck it. Alrighty. So we've got the new deck on, all glued in place. So we're going to go back and clean it up. Got a sander ready. We're just going to kind of make sure everything here, all these joints, make sure they're all running together and smooth. Then we may not have to put protector strips on here because these joints are so tight. We will definitely have to on the edge. Probably not going across. Probably won't need it. Maybe one over here, but we're gonna probably right here and on the fiberglass for sure. Those will. So, but we'll check it out. If it needs it, needs it. Don't, it don't. That's where we're at so far. Okay, what we have got going on in our Hurricane. Obviously the deck down. See, we've got our protective strips. We've got this side over here. The passenger side's already glued down. Roll the roof over. That's what we're doing now, is gluing the rest of it. And then we'll just flip it over, roll it. And then we'll be able to start putting our curves and everything on. So we just rolled this out. Now we got a balance roller. And then we're going to be going over it with this big old roller. I'll like pack her down. That's why we get everything all protected here. Make sure we keep the coaches clean. That's what we want. Nice professional job. That's us. Now after this we can go find out all holes for vents and everything, and then get them all welded in, stitch them back together. We had some D-lam on the sides. I know I showed earlier, I think it was on this side over here and some down the front, but the owner decided not to do it at this time. He's going to do it later, I guess. Got our Hurricane all done. Their web address, rv-ri.com. And you get the month and the year. We completed it, so we can keep tabs on it when it comes in for inspection. Make sure everything's functioning the way it should. Got all the curbs, got our custom stands we made. Got a counter flash on the front. The purpose of that counter flash is so when water comes down, the rain, it doesn't want to trickle back into the foam gasket. Although we seal the foam gasket, but they don't recommend to do so. You have to have a compatible product to do that. If not, it will eat that gasket up, that foam gasket. So all of the curbs, they all have a counter flash on them. So as water, well, this is the back, but as water is flowing, as you're traveling, if you're traveling backwards in this case, I guess, right? If it comes up, it won't be able to get up and around. That's the whole idea to a counter flash right here. So you're traveling, here comes the rain pushing really hard. It's going to run up under here and it's going to roll out. It's not going to get up into all of this. That's the way a flat roof functions. That's the way it functions. It's got the same detail. Got the stands right there, and you can see we got that counter flash up there, right up underneath the corner. You can see it. And we got 2 strikes of caulking. Bring this camera back, maybe I'm moving it too quick. 2 strikes of caulking on here. Got a great insert trim that we put in. This insert trim, it goes in and it goes over. Let's see if I can find it for you. I'll show it. But it snaps in and over. That's what I like about it. You can see how we did the ladders. You knew we were going to get a leak here. And all of this is all heat welded. This is all heat welded in there. It's not glued. All of this is all welded, all of it. It's all welded in there, all the way to the back. That's going to be a heck of a water drop to try to get in there. So we replaced the AC, the refrigerator vent, and the cover in the base. I got a marker up here. That marker, he didn't want an antenna or anything on there, so we just put a marker on there. Well, this is a different style AC. That one down there is a newer one. That one comes around, and this one doesn't. And you can see it's round in the front, but I'm talking about underneath the base. So we just fabricated up a different type of flash and detail, counter flash. So that's our Hurricane. We are done. We'll show you the interior here in a second. But this is a portion way in the back that we had to replace the ceiling.
Got a new skylight lens on here, and you know, again, all this is all sealed up. Double layers is what I'm trying to say here. That's us. Well, let's show you the inside. I'll see how I find that other piece and show you some of the difference between the insert trims and why I like it. This is a 60 mil. That's what it is, a 60 mil structured membrane. That's reinforced, structured. This is Carlisle's TPO. And you can see right here all those little squares. That's the reinforcement. That's what gives it its tensile strength, the downward. Or if you've got hail or a tree branch, it's going to resist it a lot better. It's actually really hard to break and cut through this, but in the event a tree branch did poke a hole in it, we can use this same product right here, make a hot weld patch. We'll say even this size right here, to a hot patch, and you're good to go. It's done. So that's the product right there. The insert trim is right here, and you can see how it fits in there. So now this is an awning rail. The water can get down on this track and it can travel. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. A lot of times you find that water will get in that track, like right here on the edge. It'll get in the track and then it'll drool back down somewhere else. I don't like the system. So this is just black so you can see it, but they don't, you can't buy this particular product in black. Why do I have it? Because I had a special order it. Another one of my subscribers sent me another product, but it's not quite the same as this. It's flat, and what I like about this is that it does bubble, so it stays nice and tight. So let me show you how this one works. It snaps in, see if I can get that camera in there. It snaps in and over that groove right there, around the other side, and you can actually see right here. I'll bring the camera back there. See that groove? It'll fit right there in that groove. Right there. See if I can get this thing to work for me. But it gets in that groove right there. So now it'll lock the water out. That's what I like about it. So we ordered a bunch of them black. You can buy it all day long in white. You just can't get this particular product in black unless you want to special order it. And then that being said, but these videos, we like to show our customer all the work we did, all that went into it. A lot of them have questions. They say, what did you find with this? So we put a video together, and that's how the YouTube channel gets started. They're not DIY videos. They're not tutorials by no means. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of things that go on that we have to do behind the scenes that I couldn't possibly video every piece of that. If I did, I wouldn't get anything done in this shop. So that's why you'll watch some of the videos. I mean, I'm bouncing around trying to get everything done. We've got 3 bays over here. You got one there, one here. And I mean, look at this mess over here we got going on. So, you know, we got an inspection bay up there. Got 2 more bays over there. So we really stay busy for sure. But that being said, you know, keep that in mind that if you get some tips out of this, like maybe this here, if you get some tips out of the caulking, this is an M1 brand caulking. It's ChemLink. I like that. They also make a Duralink. They make Metal Link. They make a lot of different products. I'm trying to see if I find one for you here. So this is it right here. This is an adhesive caulk. Really good product. So if you like it, by ChemLink, you can go on chemlink.com and then you can go to their distributor page and find out who's in your area that sells it. So, but if you can get some tips like that, you know, that's great. But, you know, again, these are a lot harder to work on than what most people think. They really are. I mean, it has taken us, this whole stretch over on that side took us a bit to put all back together. Window was rotted, ceiling was rotted, the shower wall on the interior was rotted, the bathroom ceiling was rotted. This over here, we still got to work on the back. You know, so there's a whole host of stuff that we do, but I can't possibly video every single piece of that. But we appreciate you watching. Like I said, we'll show you the interior here in a second.